At the point when you stop to consider it for a second, there are in reality a great deal of creatures that don't have eyes. Jellyfish, hydras, sea urchins, sea cucumbers, worms, and a lot more critters never developed a methods for glancing around, and rather, utilize different intents to advance on the planet. Other than those creatures, there are some that either had eyes at one point in their developmental history, and lost them after some time, or they advanced eyes that were later delivered unequipped for seeing. Whatever their developmental specialty, these 10 fascinating creatures lost their capacity to see their general surroundings yet discovered imaginative methods of enduring. Blind legless lizard Dibamus dalaensis. Another types of legless reptile was found in 2011, and as the name proposes, it's totally visually impaired. These intriguing creatures have a portion of the qualities of snakes yet fall under the Dibamidae group of visually impaired skinks. In spite of the fact that they seem to be comparable, they have outside ears, and relying upon the sexual orientation, they may have little projections where legs would regularly be found. The new species was found in Cambodia and imprints the first run through a creature of its sort was situated in the Southeast Asian country. Brazilian blind char acid Stygichthys typhlops. In the caverns of Minas Gerais, Brazil, carries on with the Brazilian blind char acid, a types of cavern-adjusted fish, which has developed to presently don't require eyes, or pigmentation. Like different types of Tetra, they are little fish, matching 1.8, 4.6 centimeters, and carry on with a generally singular life in their cavern lakes. In the wild, they are getting more extraordinary, due, in enormous part, to a decrease in the nearby water table, which has brought about the evaporating of various lakes and streams. Notwithstanding their decrease in the wild, they are some of the time kept in aquariums as pets, where they are valued for their remarkable highlights. Kentucky cave shrimp Polymonias gantiri. The Kentucky cave shrimp is a freshwater types of troglobic shrimp found in the caverns of Barron, Edmondson, Hart, and Warren counties, Kentucky. The species has developed without eyes of any sort, and its shell needs color, making it primarily straightforward. They live only in underground streams found in caverns and can be found generally in Mammoth Cave National Park. They make do in the low-energy climate off of the silt that washes into the cavern through the development of groundwater. Inside the residue, they locate a rich abundance of protozoans, growths, algal cells, and other natural materials. Olm Proteus anguinus. An olm is a types of oceanic lizard, which is the sole cavern-staying chordate in Europe. It is altogether oceanic, which is abnormal for any land and water proficient, and it is found exclusively in collapses the Dinarcip Alps, where it consumes its time on earth eating, dozing, and reproducing submerged. Their plump skin tone has acquired them the moniker of human fish by local people, and it has a rich history going back several years. The primary models were recognized in 1689, where local people discovered them cleaned up after weighty downpours. They were accepted to be the posterity of a cavern mythical serpent, however tragically, they are simple lizards, and can't inhale fire. Koa-i cave wolf spider Atelocosa anops. The Koa-i cave wolf spider is a visually impaired arachnid found in just a couple of caverns situated in the Koloa-Poipu district of Kauai, Hawaiian Islands, where just 6 populaces have been watched. They are generally little for wolf creepy crawlies, and just arrive at a body length of around 0.8, 20 millimeters. Their over-the-ground cousins have enormous eyes, yet the Koa-i cave wolf spider has developed to at this point don't require them. It has no eyes at all. They are totally innocuous to individuals, and rather, prey only on a little amphipod found in its current circumstance, which itself is restricted to just 9 populaces in a similar territory. Widemouth Blind Cat Satan Eurystomus. The widemouth blind cat is a types of catfish found in Texas, and the main individual from the class Satan. Truly, Satan. The species was first recognized in a dim well, demonstrating it developed to live in a dark, underground climate. It is right now found in just 5 artesian wells in and around San Antonio, Texas. They need pigmentation, and as their name suggests, they have no obvious eyes outwardly of their bodies. They do have eye leftovers, recommending they once had eyes yet developed to presently don't require them. Their visual remainders are extraordinarily decreased in size, and have almost no hint of a retina or focal point. However, the optic plot is available, it doesn't arrive at the cerebrum. Blind albino cave crab Munidopsis polymorpha. The blind albino cave crab is a type of squat lobster discovered distinctly in the caverns of Jamios del Agua in Lanzarote, Canary Islands. They are little, pale and shading, and totally visually impaired. They live solely in magma tubes, which were made great many years prior after seawater overflowed into the caverns made by volcanic ejections. They are special to their current circumstance, and next to no has been found out about them since their distinguishing proof in 1892. In spite of the mostly secret about them, they speak to the creature image of the island of Lanzarote. Southern cave crayfish Orconex australis. There are a few parts of the southern cave crayfish, which make it an intriguing example for study. One of the most significant insights concerning this critter is that it is a centenarian animal groups, which implies it can live more than 100 years, and one revealed case of a southern cave crayfish was noted to be over 176 years in age. The southern cave crayfish looks a lot like different types of crawfish, however it needs pigmentation, making it clear, and it has no eyes or any response to light. They are found in underground cavern waters of Alabama and Tennessee, where it is recorded as being of least worry for endurance. Mexican Tetra Astyanax mexicanus. The Mexican tetra is a type of charasin found in the freshwaters of the Rio Grande, the Nueces, and Pecos rivers in Texas, just as different waterways in the focal and eastern pieces of Mexico. The fish developed to an amazing 4.7-12 centimeters, which is genuinely enormous for a tetra, and has no pigmentation, or eyes of any sort. Like the Brazilian blind cavefish, the Mexican tetra is famous among aquarists, where it is regularly kept in cavern-style tanks requiring negligible enlightenment. Texas blind salamander Eurysea rathbuni. The Texas blind salamander is an inconceivably uncommon type of troglobate land and water proficient discovered distinctly in San Marcos, Texas, where it very well may be found in the San Marcos pool of the Edwards Aquifer. They can arrive at lengths of up to 5-13 centimeters, and their eating routine empowers them to stay alive on whatever ends up streaming into its dull climate. This can incorporate a types of visually impaired shrimp, snails, little fish, and whatever else they run over. The species was first recognized in 1895 when they were extricated from a recently developed well, which drew water from a profundity of 58 meters beneath the surface. Since that time, they have been concentrated from 7 known areas in and around San Marcos.